Okay, we're here at IHIF 2014 Berlin to catch up on everything that's happening within the hotel investment sector.
The hostel sector's been growing for the last sort of 5-6 years. What's been really interesting is the increased investment within the sector. It was traditionally a family-operated sector with lots of small players, and over the last 5-6 years, particularly with Patron leading the way with their investment in the Generator brand, it's seen the commercialisation of a hostel sector which has been going for 100 years but has never been really commercialised. I think the increased demand for young people travelling and getting that unique experience across Europe, people from Asia and also within Europe, has meant that there's a demand for that sort of product, and it's been very interesting to see how that hostel model has evolved over the last sort of 5-6 years.
The Meininger concept is a mixture between budget hotel and hostel. Very much focusing on the budget hotel, but also having a bit of hostel within it. What we do is create rooms that are very flexible in the market. So you can sell it to a group, 4 and 5 people in a room, but that same room could also still be for a private person, a very good 3-star quality room. Additionally to that is that we also use that room on a bed basis, where the backpacker comes in. So that's the hostel type of industry. For that, we have nice public spaces in a good layout. Additionally, there are self-service kitchens in each of the locations. But it's more of a gimmicky, because also that is being used very much by the budget hotel guests. The budget hotel guests like sometimes using their own self-service kitchen to keep the cost of stay down.
I think there's definitely demand. I think the difficulties is obviously competing in that commercial property space that in big cities like London, it's very difficult to make the numbers stack in prime locations. So it's about being creative of where you put the hostel. I think the other challenge is what is a hostel now, and where does it overlap with a budget hotel? There's an increased demand for ensuite facilities. Therefore your cookie cutter shape becomes more like a budget hotel, and would you yield more because higher demand is for a budget hotel than a hostel? And it just depends on the city. I think that's one of the challenges with the commercialisation of it, where you could open a Holiday Inn and know exactly what would work in a particular city. With a hostel, you really have to research what that young person trend of travel through the city is before actually deciding what you're actually going to build and how that's going to work.
The first hostel budget conference is supported by Meininger because we believe that there is not enough knowledge within the industry. It's real hard to get data of the hostels out there. There's only a couple of real professional operators that are willing to share some data. Whereas if you compare it to the hotels and the budget hotels, that data is much more out there. So I think it's important that as operators that we come out and explain how our business works, so that investors and other operators understand how we work.
We respond to the Hostel and Budget Traveller conference because I really believe in the sector, and I think from a digital point of view, it's amazing how young people are using digital technology. I think it's also really important that the smaller operators get to sort of mingle with the more commercial operators, because I think there's, like with the hotel industry, it really helps up the standards. I think it's a sector that deserves to grow and needs the support to grow. And by doing conferences like that, it gives everyone more awareness, whether it's banks, whether it's councils, whether it's just small operators, the knowledge and understanding that the hostel is not a dirty word and budget travel is actually a really cool thing to be part of.